Hi, Fanny. Thanks
Hi,
for coming.
thank you for having
so,
me.
thank you. Today, I wanted you to share with us your experiences in the Efterskole program in Denmark. So, can you present yourself really quickly?
Yes, hi, I am Fanny. I'm from Hungary. I'm 15 years old, and I'm doing a year in Denmark in an Efterskole.
Mhm. Which year are you doing? Which grade is it?
Grade
Year?
10, I think.
Yeah, yeah, year 10. Okay, so the Danish Efterskole is interesting program type, I think, because it focuses both on the academic studies, but also on cultural experience, cultural exchange. And Fanny, I hope you can tell us some things about this, how you experience this cultural exchange as well.
Yeah.
And it's a construction in Denmark that has a tradition, a history of 100 years. It is a very good program for the 10th grade, exactly what you're doing, Fanny. The schools, the Efterskole schools, they are like English boarding schools, but a little bit more relaxed and more friendly. What do you think, Fanny? Is it?
I would say they are pretty strict on cleaning, but other than that, they're not very strict.
Is it true that teachers and students they are in very friendly terms?
Yes,
Um,
it's like you get to know the teachers very well and like about their personal life also, and they're really friendly and really nice to you, and they really helpful, and they're really like there for you.
mhm.
Yes.
Do you call them by their first names?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many teachers do you have? You
um
know?
it's a really small school, the one I'm in, so
Mhm.
I think I would say around 10.
So the key feature of the Efterskole is that it both focuses on the studies, the academic studies, and also tries to develop the social skills and the intercultural skills. Have you experienced this, Fanny?
um I think they're a bit more relaxed on the studying, but it depends because if you need your grades for next year, then it's easy to learn a lot there. But if you do not need the grades and you just want to have a fun year, it is also possible to not focus on grades and just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So, when you arrived in Denmark and at the school, what was your first impression when you got there?
Um, I think at first I got a bit scared because I didn't really find my type of people there,
Mm-hmm.
but there were a lot of activities that helped to get to know a lot of people, so it was easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely felt like the teachers were really welcoming and very nice and helpful, and they were also understanding that not everybody has like a perfect English.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's nice. That's good to know. So, you got support from your teachers. What about the classmates? What experience did you have?
um it's like there are 3 classes in my school, and it's like really random. But for example, if in my class I don't really have my friends, maybe about 2, but it's I like it because like I can focus on the class and I don't get distracted, and then after class when I go to my room I have all my friends there, so for me it's perfect.
It's perfect. Okay. Okay. So, another very good feature of Efterskole is that some of them offer the Cambridge IGSC program. This is what you are doing, correct?
Yes.
So, can you tell me about your subjects, what you study in this program?
Yes, you need to have math, English, you can either take science or enterprise, or you can take a language. Like I take German, but you can choose French or Spanish. Or if you don't want any type of languages, then you can just have TI projects at my school.
What is the I project? Yeah.
It's just a class where you help the school make programs for the students and everything.
Okay, and how many classes you have in a day, or how is it organized?
You always have a class at 7:45 till
Mm-hmm.
8:55. That's the first class you have every day, and then afterwards you have a break until around 11, where you can have an elective, and then the rest of the day really depends on what classes you took. But you usually have about 2 to 3 classes, but they are over an hour long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, you are going to get a diploma, a Cambridge IGSE diploma. Is it so?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you going to have exams at the end of the year?
Yes, I'm starting my exams in April.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you positive about them?
Yeah,
Yes.
kinda.
Okay. What about your language skills? Have they improved?
Yeah, definitely, because I did the same Cambridge last year
Mm-hmm.
in Portugal. So it wasn't really, really new to me, and I got a bit used to English, but my English was definitely not the perfect, because last year I could still speak a lot of Hungarian with my family when I went home, but here there's nobody speaks Hungarian, so I'm really, really forced to just speaking English all the time. And now I kind of think I speak English better than Hungarian at this point.
This could happen, yes.
Yeah.
This could happen after a while. We talked about the subjects. What's your favorite subject so far?
I would say global perspectives. Oh, I forgot to mention that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Why?
yeah,
What do you study there?
I like the teacher a lot. Like he understands we're kids. He understands that we can't really focus that much. He can really organize the class good and explain stuff to us properly. And I just think this class is in general really interesting.
But what do you study under global perspectives? You study about other countries, other cultures?
Yeah, we just really look through of like word problems, or like we check the news every day and then we discuss them. And there is like a lot of projects, like we had to do a research paper, which we would do in classes usually, and now we have a group project that we have to do.
What do you think of this kind of British teaching style, for example, compared to what you experienced in Hungary? Is it different? How
Mm,
is it different?
I think Hungary, Portugal, and Denmark, they're the three countries are really, really different. Even though
Mhm,
Portugal and Denmark, I studied Cambridge, because
mhm,
I think it really depends on the teacher. Because in Hungary, the whole system, I think, is just really complicated. I really understand it. That was not
mhm,
for me. In Portugal, I think the teachers also weren't the best, which made it even harder. But in Denmark, the teachers really try to explain it. And you say, like, I don't understand it, then you can just find them after class or just meet up with them. And then they really try to put time into it. Yeah.
mhm. How often do you have quizzes or exams during
Um,
the year?
Not a lot. We have like exams periods. Like
Mhm,
no, we have one exam on the end of the year. This is now in April, and then before that you have mock exams, which is
mhm,
like kind of the same thing, but it's that kind of prepares you. We have a season from every class, one in October, November, and then February around, and now you have the final ones in April.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That feels more relaxed than what we are used to with all the quizzes and
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. What about uh, specializations and after school activities? Because in some schools, in some Efterskole schools, they are also specialized in or there are specializations if you choose so to do sports or arts, music, any type of creative. Do you have any of those, or do you do any of those?
Yes, we have electives. So I take volleyball only, but you need to have at least, I mean, at least in my school, you need to have at least two electives. But I would not recommend over three if you want to have some free time. Um, and there's like a lot of different things you can choose from. Like we have archery, we have esports, volleyball, badminton, tumbling, Korea, which is like art. I think there's a lot more. Like there's a like really like different stuff, so you can really definitely find what you like to do at the school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. That's good. And you only chose volleyball?
Yeah, I chose two volleyballs.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You're really fan of volleyball.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So let's talk a little bit about the boarding.
Mm-hmm.
So what we know is that there are no uniforms, no mandatory uniforms, which is good
Yeah.
news. And the environment is really informal, relaxed. You usually live in, or students usually live in small houses with just a couple of roommates. You do cooking and you are involved in domestic chores, let's say. So you do cooking and cleaning, and there are shared bathrooms. What is it like in your school?
So there are three buildings for boarding, which they're really close together, and there's the bottom floor and then the top floor, and then each floor there's three rooms, and in each room there's six people, but a lot of times there isn't six people in a room, so it could be four or five. So maybe because there are some rooms that have a two-person room and then a three-person room, or three-person, three-person. So it really
Mhm.
like switches around. Yeah.
Mhm. And is it so that you cook and clean and
You do
whatsoever?
clean a lot. Like you have your room that you have to clean every day, but you just have to tidy up. But every Tuesday you have to do like a big clean. And then also you have an area that you have to clean, which could be like maybe like a classroom or the creative room or something like that.
Mhm.
But with the cooking, it's like there is a kitchen in the main building, and there's like a small kitchenette in the corridor with a dryer and a washing machine. But I wouldn't really say a lot of people cook.
Mhm.
But I think it depends what type of people go there. But in this year, the people I'm with, they don't really cook for themselves. We really just eat the food that we get, or we just bring like pre-made food on the weekend. If you went out, you can bring some more snacks or like those ramens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So how many meals you are offered at the school?
Yeah, so we have breakfast, and then we have refreshments at 9, which is just usually bread with fruits, but sometimes they have bring something new, and then we have lunch, and then between lunch and dinner we have another refreshments that's kind of the same, the one before, and then we have dinner, and then we have refreshments again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's six six meals. And what time is lunch, for example, and dinner
It's sometimes it can change, but it's usually at 12:55.
for lunch and dinner?
Yeah. Dinner 18:30 now, but that also switches around a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, but it's definitely earlier in both cases than, for example, Spain or Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the food? Do you like the food? What type of food do
Um,
you have?
it's mostly Danish food, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm personally not a huge fan of, but it's like we really do not have much to eat because my school is kind of in the middle of nowhere. so we just eat whatever, even if you don't like it. But it's sometimes really good. It's either really good or really bad, but but it's edible.
Terrible.
But I think
Okay.
it depends on the school.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have, for example, options to choose from, or is it
No, you got
one?
yeah. It's like there are two big tables, and they put out a bunch of different stuff,
Mhm.
like the big meal, the main meal, and then the side dish to it, and then you can put your own salad. You can make the own salad, and then you can say if you can't eat pork, or you're allergic to this, or you're vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian. You just say it, and then you can get a special food.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's see what we know about the Efterskole program, and then you can comment,
Hmm.
maybe. So, usually, well, the schools are semi-private, accommodation and meals included, as you said. There are options for healthy meal, vegetarian dietary options. Also, you mentioned this. There's 24/7 adult supervision. Is it so in the boarding as well? You have a supervisor?
Yeah, there's always teachers at the school that you can turn to, and on the weekends there's at least one teacher that is on duty for that day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. School sizes are between 600, so there could be really big size schools. What about your school, Fanny?
We have around 78 to 80 students, I think. Yeah.
Mhm. So it's pretty small. It's a
Yeah.
very friendly, family-like
Yeah.
atmosphere, I guess.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, I think, in this program is that you have excursions or trips integrated into the program. So, can you tell me about this? I heard
Yeah.
you had a very nice experience recently.
Yes. So they little small trips like on the weekends. Sometimes they take you out to a close small city or town so you can buy something. And sometimes they like there's one Europe trip in the beginning of the year. We went to Holland for a
Mhm.
week, and then
For a week.
we yeah,
For a week. Okay.
and then now we just had work trips. Just basically there is 5 options that you can choose from. It changes every year, I think. But this year we had Hawaii, Guadeloupe, Australia, Europe, and it's like kind of like a school trip where you go for 2 weeks, a bit over 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And it's like they have really good activities. Like for me, I didn't feel like a school trip at all. The teachers were really really nice. Like they were really like they don't feel like teachers at that point, but obviously they were taking care of us, but they were really nice. So it just felt like I'm there with like my aunt or something.
Where did you go?
I went to Guadeloupe.
And how many were you in this trip?
Like 16, I would say, around.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's a smallish group,
yeah,
like a class size or so.
yeah,
And did you do activities during the trip, or was it like just sightseeing, tourist
yeah.
attractions?
It's kind of like an uh exchange school thing. Like we go there, and then for the first week we stay with the host family, and then the person that you stay with, you go to school with them. Like they all go to the same school. um and then the second week, we go to a hotel for the rest of the vacation with everyone together. And then they have like one time we took a boat to an island, or you go to visit, there's some like beach days, or we go hiking or something like that. And then afterwards, like when you come back to the school, then that school will also visit your school and stay with
Ah,
you for a week. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So the first week was more like a studying, and then the second week was the fun, the
Yeah,
fun part.
yeah, basically.
That's nice. Is there going to be other trips foreseen in the year, during the year?
Um, I'm not sure. I think maybe we're going to a place in Denmark for like 3 days at the very end of the year. That I think so, but
Hmm.
not really out of country.
What about the school holidays, the breaks?
Um,
How many did you have or do you have during the year, and what do you do?
we have an October break where that's 1 week long where I went to Portugal. Then we have a Christmas break that in December, which is 2 weeks long. So I visited Hungary and Portugal. And as another break, we had the road trips, and we have the spring break now, which is in about 2 weeks, I think, where I'm going to Portugal.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And then when did the school start? In August.
August 9th, I think, if
Hmm.
I remember correctly. Yeah.
Hmm. And then it lasts until end of June?
June 20 something, I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, nice, thank you. So why choose the Efterskole? What do you think? Have you changed in anything like in skill sets?
I'm not sure about skills. I feel like I definitely changed as a person. Like
Mhm.
I got there as like a person that is really messy, like never study, and I love my room clean. I always
Mhm.
clean my room, and I always study a lot. And I feel like just in general I matured a lot from this school year.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
Your mother will be very happy to to hear this.
Yes.
Okay, what about building friendships, good friendships, and also international friends, right?
Yeah, I think that is something that I was really scared of when I first got there. If I'm gonna be able to make friends, but I think it's like nothing to be worried about because there is in the beginning of the year, the first 2 weeks, it's really like a lot of activities where you have to speak with everyone. So it is
Yeah.
really really easy to make friends.
Hmm.
So even if at first you don't really find all the people, eventually within the first month, I think you will be able to speak to mostly everyone at the school.
Hmm.
So it's really easy.
Are there a lot of international students in the
Yes,
Efterskole?
there is mostly a lot of Germans. I think that's like the most we have, and then we have Danes.
Hmm.
And but from that, I think most of it is really there is a some Spanish people. But we don't really have Spanish girls. Maybe like one. We have a lot of Spanish guys, and then the rest is just really all over the world, like Japanese, Mexico, American, um, Africa, Sri Lanka, and then Europe, and all over.
Wow.
So
That's nice. So you are going to get a lot of international
yes,
visits after the school, I guess. You
yes,
can do some trips visiting your friends.
yes, and then you don't
Um,
even have to pay for a hotel.
yeah, that's
Um,
that's the good part of it, the upside.
yeah.
Okay, improve English proficiency.
Mhm.
You said that you definitely did
Yes.
improve, right? You
Yes.
feel, I guess, very comfortable now speaking in English in class as well.
Yes. I
Um,
got really used to it.
that's
Yeah.
nice. And then finally, a very fun experience and engaging experience. You can, I think, just testify that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would recommend to future students?
I think it is really like a good choice. Like even if you're just considering it, I would say just go for it because you learn a lot from it and you just mature a lot and you get much more independent and you gain a lot of friendships. And I think in general it's an amazing experience, and I would definitely recommend it to everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, has anything changed in your career aspects or in your future aspects
Um,
from this
I ne-
experience?
I never really knew what I want to be in the future, and I still don't really know, but I did kind of figure out how I could maybe find out what I want.
So what's your future? Are you going back to Portugal?
I'm staying in
Yeah.
Denmark. Actually, I'm going to an IB school next year.
Are you excited about it?
Yes, I'm really excited.
Are you ready for it?
Um, I'll get there. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, Fanny. So, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. People who are interested can contact us for information and all our contact points. And well, I wish you the best, Fanny. Thanks. It
Mhm.
was nice to speak to you,
Yeah, thank you for
and
having me.
good luck in your future. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.